Imagine this. It's 3 in the morning, the house dead quiet, and you wake to a sound you know too well. That low, wet cough, or the soft thud of your cat jumping down to be sick again. You lie there in the dark, worried, replaying everything you fed them, wondering what you did wrong. Here's the hard truth. It may not be one big thing. It may be the small, loving habits you repeat every single day. This isn't your fault. Nobody handed you a manual. What if I told you the deadliest mistakes aren't exotic poisons, but ordinary things sitting in plain sight, and most cost nothing to fix tonight? If you saw the thumbnail, you saw the promise. Hi everyone, I'm Leo Bennett, your neighborhood cat veterinarian. Recent national surveys found roughly 6 in 10 cats are already overweight or obese. So today, a complete masterclass on the deadly, everyday mistakes in almost every cat home. Grab a notebook and let's get started. Let's start with the water bowl sitting right next to the food. Watch your cat. If they barely touch that dish, if they'd rather drink from your glass, the dripping tap, even the shower floor, that's a signal, not a quirk. Cats came from desert animals, and they carry a naturally weak thirst drive. Many run quietly underhydrated their whole lives, and that dryness strains the urinary tract and the kidneys. In the wild, water beside a meal could be contaminated, so a cat may simply avoid drinking there. So move it. Carry that dish into another room, away from the food and the litter box. Add a second and third station around the house. A little pet fountain helps too, since moving water tempts many cats to drink more. Aim for at least one extra source beyond the default, refreshed daily, in a wide, shallow bowl. One morning, skip plastic dishes. They scratch, trap bacteria, and can trigger those little black chin breakouts. Now the bowl itself. If your cat paws food onto the floor and eats it off the tile, digs at the center and leaves a tidy ring around the edges, or cries at a bowl that still has food in it, people call that fussiness. It usually isn't. A cat's whiskers are packed with nerve endings, about as sensitive as your own fingertips. Some behaviorists believe dragging them against a deep bowl's walls meal after meal is genuinely unpleasant. The evidence is still limited, but the fix costs nothing and cats often eat happier for it. Trade the deep dish for a wide, flat plate, something a couple inches wider than their whiskers spread, with the food in one thin layer. Don't heap it into a mound, that just rebuilds the wall you took away. So the bowls are sorted. Now the part that stings to hear, the way we feed our cats out of pure love. Here's a habit that feels like generosity, the bowl that's always full. Your cat grazes all day and it seems kind. But round-the-clock access to calorie-dense kibble, paired with an indoor cat's quiet life, is the #1 way cats slide into obesity. And a heavy cat is a cat at real risk for diabetes, aching joints, urinary disease. Switch to measured meals. 2 or 3 portioned feedings a day, sized to the weight your cat should be, not the weight they are now. Slip the food into a puzzle feeder so they have to work and move for it. Weigh your cat once a month so you actually see the trend. Now the serious warning. Never crash diet a heavy cat. If an overweight cat suddenly stops eating, their body floods the liver with fat and you get hepatic lipidosis, fatty liver, which can turn deadly fast. Weight loss has to be slow and guided by your vet. But Leo, I hear you say, my cat cries at an empty bowl. Isn't rationing just cruel? I promise it isn't. That crying is habit and clock watching, not starvation. A cat on scheduled meals with a little play mixed in settles within a week and lives longer for it. Which brings me to the treat jar. If you reach for it every time those eyes find yours, the calories stack up invisibly on top of every meal. Most treats are carb-heavy filler, and your cat is an obligate carnivore, built for meat. Cap treats at under 1/10 of their daily calories, subtract those from meals, and pour some of that love into play instead. Pick meat-based, single-ingredient treats. And a hard line on human food. Never share anything with onion, garlic, or chives. That whole family is toxic to cats and destroys their red blood cells. Skip the saucer of cow's milk, too. Most grown cats can't handle the lactose. So, we've fixed the bowl and the feeding. Now, the air your cat is breathing. Start with that diffuser you switch on for a fresh-smelling home. If your cat drools, licks its lips oddly, goes wobbly, or coughs after you run it, pay attention. Cats are missing a liver enzyme called glucuronoltransferase, so they can't properly break down the phenols packed into many essential oils. Dogs handle these far better. Cats simply can't. And an active diffuser throws tiny droplets into the air that settle onto your cat's fur, and they swallow every bit while grooming. So, airborne only is really breathed in and eaten. Stop actively diffusing oils in a cat's home. Open the windows, air the place out, and lock concentrated oils in a cabinet. Never put an oil on your cat's skin or coat. Treat these bottles like a drug, not decor. The worst offenders are tea tree, wintergreen, citrus, pine, eucalyptus, peppermint, and clove. If you see drooling, trembling, stumbling, or labored breathing, that's an emergency. Get to a vet now. And one quick word. True lilies are savagely poisonous to a cat's kidneys. Keep them out of the house entirely. Now look down at your floors. You mop with something scented, it dries, your cat pads across it, then licks its paws clean. Certain cleaners are genuinely dangerous here. Phenol-based products, a lot of those pine-scented ones, and benzalkonium chloride, the quat hiding in countless antibacterial sprays and wipes. Licked off the paws, they can burn the mouth and leave raw ulcers. So let every surface dry completely and rinse your floors with plain water before your cat walks on them again. Keep them out of the room until it's bone dry. Switch to a truly pet-safe cleaner and keep the air moving. Store every bottle latched away. If you spot drooling, pawing at the mouth, or sores after cleaning, call your vet and bring the label. We've cleared the air and the floor. Now the two dangers that hide in plain sight. The first silent killer barely makes a sound. It's your cat's mouth. Maybe you've noticed breath you wrote off as just cat breath, or your cat dropping food, chewing on one side, drooling, or pawing at its face. Often there's no sign at all. Cats are masters at hiding pain. Dental disease is one of the most common problems I see. Depending on the study, well over half of cats past a few years old already have some form of it, and painful tooth resorption is especially common. Worse, bacteria from an infected mouth can travel and stress the heart, liver, and kidneys. So build a brushing habit, slowly. Start with a soft finger brush and a feline enzymatic toothpaste, a few seconds at a time, and look for products carrying the Veterinary Oral Health Council seal. Aim for most days of the week, plus a dental check at least once a year. But Leo, you're thinking, how am I supposed to brush a cat's teeth without losing a hand? You don't wrestle them. You build it over weeks, seconds at a time, paired with something they love, until the brush is just part of the routine. And one firm rule, never use human toothpaste. The fluoride and additives are toxic to cats. If you already see hard, cemented brown tartar, you can't brush that off at home. That needs a professional cleaning under anesthesia, so don't scrape it yourself. The last one is sitting on your kitchen floor right now. Plastic bags. Two real dangers. A cat can push its head through a handle or climb inside and suffocate. And some cats chew and swallow plastic, especially bags with a fatty or starchy coating that smells like food, risking a blockage deep in the gut. So store every bag in a latched drawer, snip the handles before you toss them, and never leave a crinkly bag out as a toy. Give them a safe crinkle toy instead. Same rule for string, ribbon, and hair ties. If your cat starts vomiting, refuses food, or strains with nothing coming out, that can mean a swallowed object. Go in immediately. So look at everything we walked through. The water bowl pulled away from the food, the deep dish traded for a wide, flat plate, the always full bowl swapped for measured meals, the treat jar reined in, the diffuser switched off, the scented cleaners rinsed away, the brushing habit started, and the loose bags tucked out of reach. 8 ordinary things, every one dressed up as good care. Now, my honest rule, and please take it to heart. Don't try to fix all 8 overnight. Overhaul the whole house in one afternoon and you'll overwhelm yourself, stress your cat, and quietly give up by the weekend. So pick just 2 this week. Maybe move the water bowl and switch to a flat plate. Lock those in until they feel automatic. Then next week, add 2 more. Small, permanent swaps beat one dramatic reset every single time. And I need to be straight with you. Everything here prevents problems. None of it treats an emergency already in motion. If your cat is straining in the litter box and passing little or nothing, hiding and refusing food for more than a day, drooling, vomiting repeatedly, breathing hard, or suddenly wobbly, that is not a kitchen fix moment. That's a same-day visit, often an emergency one. A male cat straining to pee especially can be a life-threatening blockage measured in hours, not days. When something feels off, trust that feeling and call your vet. If you saw yourself in 3 or 4 of these tonight, good. That doesn't make you a bad owner. It makes you a normal one who was handed a normalized setup and never told the fine print. The fact that you sat through this whole video about your cat's water bowl and their teeth and the bags on your floor is exactly what a wonderful cat parent does. You didn't know before. Now you do. If this helped you see your home through your cat's eyes, do me one small favor and tap that like button. It genuinely helps the algorithm carry this out to more cat owners, and that means more cats getting protected tonight. Hit subscribe too so you don't miss the next feline masterclass. And I'd love to hear from you down in the comments. Of these 8 everyday mistakes, which one were you doing without ever realizing it? Tell me, and tell me which one you're fixing first. Now go find your cat and give them a gentle scratch behind the ears for Leo. Stay curious, trust your gut when something seems off, and I'll see you next time.